describe what's on each side of the screen.
Sure. On the left-hand side of the screen, you have your normal, average, everyday Joe user. And on the right-hand side, we have a copy of Evil Jinx running on the threat actor server. So you can kind of keep an eye on it and see what's happening. So if we play, this video will walk us through the person signing into their account, which I believe this is going to be Douglas. He's signing into his account here. He's going to type in his password. And he's also going to perform his MFA, which he does on his mobile phone. So he signs in successfully, and this is his normal day. He gets an email from Roy, and that email contains a document. And if you'll pause it right here, this is a great example. Sorry, this is a great example of someone sharing a file from SharePoint to this user. So this is coming from Microsoft or from Roy, and so as far as most spam filters are considered, this is okay, and this is normal behavior. People share files all the time. If you go ahead and play it a little bit, and I'll show you something also really cool. So when they click on it, if you pause here, what I've done, it's kind of crafty. I basically created a document and I blurred it with some Photoshop, and then I created this custom Microsoft window. So what you're looking at is your Word document, but the entire thing is a graphic, and the graphic has a URL attached to it. So no matter where they click in that email, it will take them to my bad site. But I want you to keep in mind that just like Austin, you could run off to Chat GPT right now and ask it to generate this image for you with a fake Microsoft window in the middle. I've done it. It's easy. It'll do it right now. Take you a couple of minutes, and you can have something just like this without any sort of Photoshop expertise. So
Yeah.
if you go ahead and play, and this document is just set for read only. So the only thing they can do is click on it. So when they click on it, what they're doing is they're heading off to this URL. It's notlegit.site. And that is the easy way for you to tell, hey, this is probably not normal. I've made it very easy, but the threat actor will not. Uh, Douglas will punch in his username and he'll punch in his password, and the site on the left is operating just like a Microsoft one. It's relaying this, it's asking for the code, it's relaying this MFA, it's capturing all this. You see on the right-hand side in plain text, if you'll pause it, and I think it zooms in too, cool. It's going to capture in plain text username, password, and also the MFA method. And you'll see at the very bottom it says all authentication tokens have been intercepted. Now we're good to go. We don't even need the end user anymore. They've done their job. They let us in the front door. We basically copied
Oh,
their front door key.
I let me skip forward. Looks like we jumped back a little bit. There we
That's
go.
okay. And back there for dramatic effect. So,
Yep.
we're sending the user off to somewhere. Doesn't really matter where they go from now on out. We don't really need them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to view the sessions that I have captured. And the one that I captured was the most recent one right here, number 14. So I want to get a little bit of information about this. This is all stored and captured, and so I can reference it at any time. I now have the username and the password. I can take that, put it off onto a different website or something. But what I also have is that cookie at the very bottom. So what I'm going to do is now I am the bad guy on the left-hand side too. I've just opened up an incognito window, and you can see that I'm not signed in to Microsoft at all. I'm going to simply copy this session cookie that Microsoft has generated for me, or for my normal user that I've intercepted. I'm going to import it with a simple browser plugin called Cookie Editor. So I'm going to refresh. I'm already signed in. It's very convenient for the threat actor. He doesn't even have to type in a username or a password, and they have complete access. But just remember what Austin said. The majority of this is automated, and while have taken you through this method, this is the slow method. Everything
Yeah.
else, a normal threat actor is doing this much faster and can hit many more people at the same time.
Yeah, and it's worth calling out that that video, the slow method, is about a minute 30. Obviously, it's a little longer because we're talking through it and showing it
Yeah,
to you. But the reality is it's probably gonna take about less than a minute for a bad actor to be able to steal someone's token once they click on, phishing and they start
yeah,
entering their credentials. And right away from then, they're gonna be taking other actions. There's a lot of damage that can follow this as well.
yeah. Yeah, I've done this administration a few times, and there's still people that that haven't seen it before and are pretty much are shocked on how quick it can happen. But basically, there's a couple of things that can happen after this whole token theft situation has occurred. One of the first ones is credential monetization. It's basically it's typically also referred to as credential harvesting. Is I gather up a whole bunch of these session cookies, compress them down into a zip file. I head off to the dark web and I say, hey, I have all these active sessions. They are good to go. All you have to do is just import them and you're in. How much are you going to give me for all of them? So that's very convenient for the threat actor because they don't have to really get their hands dirty so much. They're basically just selling the credentials. They've made their quick buck and they're off to do it again, rinse and repeat. The persistence mechanisms, what those are typically is, as the threat actor, if I did want to hang around for a little bit longer, maybe this is more targeted attack, I need to make sure that I can get in without this user's assistance in the future. I can't rely on them to click on that email and do this whole process again without, sending some sort of like warning signs up. So I'm going to create my own version of MFA. I'm going to set my own MFA method up with maybe like an authenticator app or something, and that'll allow me to get back in whenever I want. Supply chain attacks are also, we see those a lot. Those are basically once they gain access, where they're going to be looking at all of your emails, all your SharePoint documents and everything. We're going to be saying, hey, who do you do business with? Who trusts you when you send them an email? Who can I convince just to click on a link? Probably a good portion of your vendors, people that you work with, customers, are going to be easy targets. I'm going to be able to send that out to them, pretty much do this entire thing all over again. And it never really ends. It just kind of spiderwebs out from there. And while I do have access to your OneDrive and your SharePoint, one thing I can also do is essentially back all that up, download a copy of it. Hey, now I have all your company data. What are you going to pay me to not put this on the dark web for literally everybody else to see, your competitors, customers, and really just scream at at the top of my lungs that, your data is now public knowledge. Then privilege escalation, that is really knowing now that I'm in your environment, I can definitely see who the CEO is, who the bookkeepers are, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to target them. And, even a newer employee, has access to email the CEO, and it's coming from internal. It's got to be okay, right? So maybe they just need help. Maybe the IT department. I need the IT department to click on a link or something that I found to be suspicious, or hey, check this file out. It's kind of weird, and try to gain just extra access.
And Ben, I actually saw a question in the chat that I just want to
Mhm.
hit right now, actually. So Sean actually asked, will it capture the MFA code as well, or did I just miss it? And the answer is yes, it does capture MFA as well. And what, specifically happens is it captures that cookie, and
Yes.
that cookie allows them to have access. So they have, Ben, you might have seen the last video, he had a cookie importer where he just copy and paste that cookie in there. And when he refreshed his screen, that's when he had instant
Mhm.
access. So
Yep.
MFA doesn't matter. It's a good thing that everyone should always have
No,
turned on.
definitely.
It's
Yeah.
always should be on, no matter
Yes.
what. But the reality is, it's not a silver bullet. You don't turn MFA on, you have lock and
Yeah.
key, you're safe. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that think that you are safe, but it's our job both as cybersecurity professionals here at Kaseya, but also your guys' jobs as MSPs to educate. Whether it's
Yeah.
us educating you or you educating your clients, because people just don't always have the awareness of what's going on or what could happen.